Hey everyone, I'm Barobi and welcome to my very first YouTube video. I am a fourth year student at the University of Toronto, graduating this spring, and I'm going to be doing a UofT quarantine accommodation review. So for context, this accommodation is for students who are coming from abroad, be it local or international students, who don't have a suitable place to quarantine after their 3-day hotel accommodation. And so this is kind of a comprehensive guide for those of you who are planning to apply. A few things before we begin though. Currently I'm at Campus 1 at 253 College Street, and for those of you who don't know, Campus 1 is an off-campus student housing right on the edge of the St. George campus. And second of all, for students who are coming in to Canada for the first time and have not used the service before, this accommodation is fully paid for by the university. So I have formatted this video to give you a rundown of how to apply, an apartment tour, a food review, as well as my overall experience with dealing with isolation and how I dealt with it. Here's the apartment tour. So you walk in from the main door and only one room is unlocked, which is the room you'll be staying in. On the left is the very first bathroom, and there is a mini fridge, a kettle, and a little eating area for the days when you don't want to eat on the couch. Then on the other side of the room, there is the second bathroom, and there are these empty nooks that are probably just closets for people who live there a long time, but I had no use for them. The room itself was pretty decent. The bed was big, albeit not very comfortable because it was a spring mattress and not, say, memory foam. And it came with a closet and a desk. I will say though, the sheets were quite terrible, and because of how thin they were, I literally had to order sheets from Amazon. So that's something that's kind of important to take into consideration so that you can sleep comfortably at night. Unfortunately though, the apartment doesn't come with its own microwave or even a small kitchenette, which meant that I couldn't cook up my own food, so that was kind of a bummer. When you first check in though, they do provide you with a quarantine box, which has a bunch of things to really get you started and ease you in to the whole quarantine experience. It comes with hand soap, masks, a sanitizer, a thermometer, and other things. You also get a good amount of snacks, which is honestly kind of unhealthy, and I didn't eat much of it, but if you're into it, good for you. You go for it. Okay, let's talk food. So breakfast and lunch were served together between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m., while dinner was served between 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And my God, they bang so loudly at your door, you will literally never miss dinner. One thing to note though is that they do take away the food an hour after it's delivered, so it's important that you bring it into your room and just leave it there, even if you're not going to eat it right away. I honestly have mixed feelings about the food itself. Breakfast was literally a box of cereal, an apple, an orange, a juice pack, and lunch was either a salad and sandwich or a salad and instant pho or instant noodles. And honestly, that got really tiring, especially towards the end of my stay. I will say though, the nutritional value of eating pho every single day for lunch was kind of worrying for me, especially because the few times that I did eat, it made me feel so bloated and dehydrated. Dinner was much better though. The food was kind of bland, but there was so much variety and the portions were pretty good. It was usually a portion of carbs, protein, and a side of veggies. And honestly, I would not have complained at all if they served lunch the way they served dinner. Obviously, you can get food delivered, and I did order in a couple of times, but I didn't want to spend the money, and I realized that for a lot of international students on a tight budget, it's really not reasonable for them to order in lunch every single day. You could also get groceries delivered, and that's something that I did, and I kind of survived on Greek yogurt, some fresh berries, and some granola that my sister packed me before I flew out. But again, like if there was a kitchen, then maybe you could have made some eggs, or you could have, I don't know, like boiled some eggs in the microwave or something like that. So overall, the food was a 5 out of 10, I would say, mostly because dinner was pretty solid and decent and filling, but lunch was the problematic part for me. Okay, next segment. let's talk about overall experience. So my experience itself was pretty good, I would say, mostly because I was at a pinch, and if I didn't have a place to quarantine safely, I wouldn't be back allowed into Canada. And so thank you, UofT, for letting me stay, I guess. But I will say though that it gets incredibly lonely, and I was grateful that I had so many assignments due just this past week, and that kept me busy. I was also constantly connecting with my friends, my family, my friends here, my friends back home, and that really kept me going. I also did work out from time to time, but honestly, home workouts aren't just for me. And yeah, but it was a lot of, it was hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty hard, just because the loneliness does get to you. And I don't know about other you guys, but when I'm really lonely with my thoughts, I have these this existential dread, and so it's pretty tough. If I had to recommend anything, it's just that to keep your expectations in check. It does get really difficult, and it's really important that you keep connecting with your friends, keeping yourself busy, and telling yourself that this is just temporary and it's going to be okay. Maybe time your arrival the way I did, so you have a bunch of exams during quarantine and stuff. I did watch a good bit of The Office, and at the end of the day, it's not like we have much of a choice, right? Anyways, I'm gonna stop blabbering. That's the end of the video for me, and I hope you liked it. If you like this video, subscribe, like, and share, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.